just so depressed, I just can't seem to get out this slump. If I could just get over this hump, but I need.
If I'm being honest, the album Relapse was a tough listening experience for me. The majority of it was hard to listen to, as Eminem provided a ton of unamusing performances that consisted of him constantly changing his accent, which led to a multitude of unappealing flows. But although this was my overall experience with the album Relapse, there is truly a gem on this project, which is the song Beautiful. This track touches many different emotions, as Eminem brings forth a very passionate performance. The feel of the production is dark and gloomy, but there is also an inspirational feel to this track due to Eminem's lyrics. Eminem reflects on all of his hardships of people doubting him. The main thing he talks about is when people criticize his rap career. These people believe that Eminem doesn't provide any real substance in his music, and they also believe that he isn't going to continue to be successful. The way Eminem receives this criticism is by telling these people to screw themselves, as he's just being himself. Eminem also motivates the listener by telling them to always stay true to yourself no matter how people see you. I must stress the fact that his performance on the track is phenomenal, as his flow has many elements. Although he sounds depressed, there is also an inspirational feel to his delivery, as he's someone that's constantly fighting against certain narratives. Another amazing thing about this track is the phenomenal singing vocals from Paul Rogers, as he also adds a motivational feel to this track.
Lately I've been hard to reach. I've been too long on my own.
These are the results of 1,000 electric volts. A neck with bolts. Nurse, we're losing him. Check the pulse.
Eminem addresses a very important subject with this track. He talks about the ill effects of bullies and negligent adults. These two entities greatly affect the mental state of children, and it shouldn't go unnoticed. Eminem creates riveting scenarios that showcase this problem. His lyrics are also over the top and dramatic, which helps illustrate these scenarios. Perfect examples of this is when he describes the extent of the abuse he received from bullies and his mother. He states that he was beat so badly, his brain dislodged from his head, which he put back together with screws. Eminem also talks about an actual bully from his childhood named D'Angelo Bailey. He suffered great abuse from this bully, which shaped him into the boisterous person he was during that time. This is definitely one of Eminem's best songs, as he puts a unique twist on a serious issue. His delivery is also hard-hitting, as you can feel the pain and frustration in his vocals, which adds a high level of authenticity to his performance.
Damn it, ever since the day I was born. Drugs, what they used to say I was on.
Criminal! Criminal!
One interesting aspect of Eminem's earlier career is that critics believe that his lyrics were a big influence on children and young adults. On his second album, Marshall Mathers LP, he constantly addressed these critics in hilarious ways. This track has a unique concept, as Eminem sarcastically agrees to the notion that he influenced these particular people by referring to himself as a criminal in his lyrics. This leads to him motivating people to do absurd things, such as committing various crimes and causing chaos. One thing I love about this track is how Eminem is able to vividly describe the madness that goes on in his head. His attention to detail within his lyrics is truly amazing, as he did a phenomenal job putting his words together.
Please, Lord, this boy needs Jesus. Heal his child, help us destroy these demons. Oh, please send me.
I don't wanna be alone in the darkness. I don't wanna be alone in the darkness.
At this point in Eminem's career, it honestly became unbearable to listen to his music. The reason this is the case is because he provided a lot of unorthodox and over-the-top flows, which led to a large chunk of his albums after the Eminem Show being difficult to listen to. Now, for all the Eminem stands out there, I'm not saying this is a fact, as this is based off my opinion. If you enjoy extremely loud, off-kilter flows, then be my guest, but if you ask me, that shit gets no plays in this ride. When I got to the song Darkness on his 11th studio album, Music to Be Murdered By, it was a breath of fresh air, as Eminem provides a smooth and passionate flow throughout this track. The concept of this song is absolutely incredible, as Eminem takes the listener on a journey through the mind of a mass shooter. I like the fact that he used the struggles in his life to blend in with the story of the Las Vegas shooter in the year 2017. This uniquely sets up the concept, as you think that Eminem is just having performance anxiety, as he isn't motivated to perform at his best. But what we will soon realize is that he's planning to shoot up the theater in order to kill as many people as he can. While Eminem is reciting his lyrics through the mind of a killer, he talks about the unfairness when it comes to the heinous acts that are committed on innocent people. The shooter knows what he's doing is wrong, but he's going to do it anyway for his enjoyment and the possibility of being popular within the media. We then realize that this is an awareness song, and Eminem is trying to shed light on a very serious thing that happens in the United States of America. His performance on this track is truly remarkable, as you can hear the passion and pain in his voice. Another incredible thing about this song is the production, as it reflects the vibe of this track exceptionally. intentionally, as the instrumental is dark and gloomy. Another incredible element of this track are the brief singing vocals throughout this song from a male artist. This is an incredible song all around, and is definitely one of Eminem's best songs in his recent years. But not only that, it's one of his best songs, period.
Now I'm staring at the room service menu off a benzo. I can hear the music continue.
Some days I sit staring out the window.
In my opinion, this is one of Eminem's most versatile songs, as there is multiple elements to his style. He provides a very passionate singing performance, along with great rap verses as well. The passion that Eminem showcases on this track comes from him reflecting on how brutal society can be. There are days where he feels like he doesn't want to wake up, as he doesn't want to deal with the various stresses of life. There is only one thing that motivates him to continue to go through hard times, which is his daughter Haley. Every time he looks at his daughter, he realizes that she's truly something special, and he doesn't regret having her. She's the light to his darkness, and every time she's in his presence, his troubles go away. The concept of this track is relatable, as this is the reality for many people. A lot of people do everything for their children, as they are the future. These people also want their kids to know that they're always going to be by their side through their hardships and struggles as well. This is just a beautiful song. The instrumental is upbeat and has an inspirational feel to it. Although Eminem talks about his hardships, it leads to his passionate performance having a motivational feel to it, which works remarkably with the production. This is hands down one of his best tracks, as the concept is relatable and he pours his heart out on his performance.
I'm crazy, oh so crazy. Why am I here? Am I just... Who came through with 2 Glocks to terrorize your borough? Told you how to slap bits and murder your girl. Gave you...
On this track, Eminem sets the record straight about his influence on people. He explains who he really is as a way to ensure people don't do the things he talks about in his music. He informs everyone that his girlfriend isn't really dead, and the only drugs he partakes in are pills, marijuana, and shrooms. He's just being very honest on this song, so much to the point where he admits that he has the issues. He sure is not a sexually transmitted disease, which he instantly second guesses, as he admits that he's afraid to go get tested. Eminem continued to show his unapologetic mentality on this song. Although he actually partakes in negative things, like drugs and obsessive sex, it's still not his responsibility to raise other people's children. This also applies to adults. This track is just incredible. The instrumental is very addictive, as it has a ton of catchy elements within it. Eminem provides his signature infectious style that greatly showcases his flowing lyricism. He also creates a very catchy chorus that pays homage to the classic track from Curtis Mayfield called Pusher Man. Not only is this song a major highlight on his debut album, the Slim Shady LP, it's one of his best songs of all time.
I got mushrooms, I got acid, I got tabs and aspirin tablets.
One day I plan to be a family man, happily married. I wanna grow to be so old that I have to be carried.
Although Eminem's first album, Infinite, went unnoticed in the mainstream eye, it still holds incredible songs that greatly reflect the beginning stages of his soon-to-be fruitful career. On the song It's Okay, we're introduced to a very hopeful Eminem, as he believes that he will one day achieve his goals in order to live comfortably. But until that happens, he's just going to take life day by day, as he's currently struggling. But although he's struggling, he's still happy that he can wake up every day and work hard in order to reach the success that he's eager for. Eminem did incredibly well on his verses, as he vividly describes his struggles and the things he must do in order to be satisfied with life. Denon Porter produced a smooth, laid-back instrumental that also has an inspirational feel to it. The featured artist IQ did a phenomenal job on the chorus. The lyrics of the chorus are very motivational, and IQ recites it in a way that's extremely catchy. This one is most definitely a highlight on the Infinite album, as everything about it is dope in my opinion.
It's a broke day, but everything is okay. I'm up all night, but everything is alright.
When I was just a little baby boy, my mama used to tell me these crazy things. She used to tell me my...
I'm fully aware that there is a large majority of people out there that don't like early Eminem, but I'm not one of those people, as I believe he was in his prime when it came to his overall rapping ability and lyricism. One thing I love about early Eminem is his aggressively passionate delivery. I still remember hearing this song for the first time and was amazed by his performance, as you can feel his passion. You can also feel his pain as well, as he addresses a lot of things in his life that bothers him to the highest degree. These things consist of family issues with his wife and mother, along with people always criticizing him for his lyrics. Eminem takes all of his anger that he gathered from these situations and puts it in this song. Another element of this track is that it's another instance of him addressing people that believe his lyrics influence the youth to do negative things. He cranks his absurd lyrics to the max on this song in order to combat these critics by offending them to the highest degree. The instrumental on this song is extremely catchy, along with Eminem's flow. The instrumental reminds me of something you would hear from a popular jingle, which adds a high level of uniqueness to this song. This is hands down one of my favorite favorite Eminem tracks, as I like the dark element of it and the fact that Eminem is extremely aggressive. His lyrics are incredible, as he did a phenomenal job painting dark imagery for the listener.
They said I can't rap about being broke no more. They say I can't rap about coke no more. Slut.
You see, I'm just Marshall Mathers. I'm just a
This track is most certainly one of Eminem's most passionate performances. He continues to address all the things that he has to deal with in his life. These things consist of critics, rap beefs, and family issues. Eminem also talks about various things that he doesn't like that happen in society, such as people being fake and the rise of pop music during the time. One thing I've always liked about this track is that you can feel his anger, as he truly hates the things that he's talking about. His lyrics are also relatable on this track, as he explains to the world that he's just being himself, and if they don't like him, they're just going to have to deal with it, as he isn't going anywhere. Another thing I loved about Eminem in his earlier years is the way he expressed how he feels with immense lyrical ability. There are a lot of elements to his style that make it unique, and the fact that he can put his lyrics together like a puzzle was chef's kiss. This song is a great example of all of those elements on full display, and it is the main reason why this is one of his best songs.
Backstreet and Ricky Martin. His instincts to kill in sync. Don't get me started. These rats can't. My name is. My name is. My name is.
Eminem provides a great experience with this track. His comedic delivery is addictive, and the beat is extremely catchy. Eminem's lyrics consist of him explaining to the world who Slim Shady is. He's someone that has a lot of misfortunes, as he was raised by a neglectful mother, which affected him as he got older. This affected his intelligence, his ability to sleep with women, and much more. Slim Shady also knows that his lyrics have great influence, which leads to him encouraging kids to copy everything he talks about in his lyrics. The comedic element of this track is executed superbly, and Eminem showcases his incredible lyricism, which is another fascinating thing about this track. The chorus is very catchy and has the ability to make you sing along. This song was bound to be a major hit, as it displays Eminem's skill while also being incredibly enjoyable and captivating.
Hi kids, do you like violence? Wanna see me stick 9-inch nails to each one of my eyelids?
Brain dead, eye drops, pain meds, cyclops, they bed, iPod.
Eminem's album Kamikaze was his answer to critics of his previous album Revival. The main critique of that project was that people felt like Eminem was running out of things to rap about, and he was also out of touch with the current landscape of hip-hop. I don't think that any of those are the reasons why the album Revival was so bad, as I simply believe that it just wasn't sonically enjoyable. This is the only real critique that I have of Eminem, as I feel like he doesn't know how to make enjoyable music in his later career for the most part. I honestly found myself cringing at the album Kamikaze, as I believe that he didn't need to address his critics, as he still has a large fan base that enjoys his music. I also don't understand why some fans didn't like the album Revival, as it holds some of his deepest, most introspective concepts, but that's a conversation for another day. Although I feel like the Kamikaze album was an okay effort, there was a song that was an absolute gem, which is the track Not Alike. First and foremost, the instrumental on this song is incredibly catchy, as it consists of two upbeat instrumentals. Royce da 5'9" is the featured artist, and he and Eminem styles complement each other amazingly. They both have multiple elements to their flows, and Eminem provides various flow switches that are highly impressive. The concept of this track is interesting, as Eminem and Royce da 5'9" state that they're not the same as newer rappers during this time. This is mainly because they come from a different era. This leads to them taking various jabs at new school rap during the time. This track also is the beginning stages of Eminem's beef with Machine Gun Kelly, as he went absolutely nuts on him at the end of this track. All in all, this song is incredibly catchy, and I like the various flows from Eminem and Royce da 5'9".
And I'm talking to you, but you already know who the f you are, Kelly. I don't use sublims, and sure as don't sneak this.
I'll have you thinking back to Christ when you sacrifice. The way you hack and slice when I feel your back with knives.
This is another gem from Eminem's first album, Infinite. I really like the energy on this track. The upbeat instrumental fits perfectly with the very energetic chorus. The synopsis of this track is that Eminem and his crew hated when whack MCs try to get the mic during cyphers. The featured artist Thyme is responsible for the hype chorus, as he disrespectfully asks a whack MC who the f passed him the mic. Eminem then showcases his lyrical ability as he comes through with the great flowing metaphors. This is another banger on Infinite, as it brings that hype energy.
Remember me? I just don't give a f. Remember me? Yeah, you do.
This song is one of the greatest examples of unique styles from different rappers coming together amazingly. Not only do the unorthodox styles blend together perfectly on this track, each artist also provides good lyricism. The dark nature of the album, the Marshall Mathers LP, is prominent on this song due to its content. The concept revolves around each artist asking the audience do they remember them. This leads to interesting intros before each artist raps. These intros consist of various samples from popular songs, such as RBX's classic line on Dr. Dre's album The Chronic, where he states that he drops bombs like Hiroshima. Sticky Fingers' intro references classic lines he said with his rap group Onyx, and Eminem references verses and choruses that he recited on his previous album, the Slim Shady LP. After each of their unique intros, they provide amazing aggressive deliveries, which fits perfectly with the gritty production. In my opinion, this song holds one of Eminem's best lyrical performances, along with the assistance from other high-profile MCs.
When I go out, I'ma go out shooting. I don't mean when I die, I mean when I go out to the club, stupid. I'm cancerous, so when I did, you wouldn't want to answer this if you responded back with a battle rap you wrote for cannabis.
The thing that instantly stands out on this track is the hard-hitting instrumental. Dr. Dre produced a beat that's not only catchy, but vicious in every way possible. Eminem then follows this up with an infectious flow. He showcases his lyrical ability as well, as he provides a ton of clever lines and setups. The synopsis of this track is Eminem realizing that people are easily influenced by his music. This leads to him encouraging them to do the most absurd things, like drowning themselves, doing countless drugs, having unprotected sex, and a whole lot more. This is an incredible track all around, from the production to Eminem's amazing performance.
Now follow me and do exactly what you see. Don't you wanna grow up to be just like me? I slap women.
Sing about Hollywood. Sing about Hollywood. Sing.
This track is another intriguing, passionate performance from Eminem. This song also has an introspective concept, as Eminem talks about how being a celebrity affects his home life. Although he knows that he has to support his family, he doesn't really like the benefits of being a superstar. Hollywood is known to be very treacherous when it comes to the celebrities, and Eminem is showcasing the fact that he's fed up with it. At any minute, he can say goodbye to Hollywood, as he doesn't want it to come between his personal life, mainly because he has a daughter to raise, and he doesn't want her to be affected by the troubles he may go through while dealing with the entities of Hollywood. One thing Eminem has done well throughout his career is showcase his emotions in his music. This song is no exception, as you can feel his lyrics, as he truly believes in denouncing the practices of living the Hollywood lifestyle. The instrumental on this track is hard-hitting, which does a phenomenal job bringing out Eminem's passionate performance. This is an incredible track, as it's one of Eminem's greatest performances when it comes to highlighting his emotions.
There's everything that bothers me, I got it bottled up. I think about them and out, but I'm not about to give up. I gotta get up. I'm zoning off of one joint, stopping a limo, hopped in the window, shopping the demo at gunpoint.
Eminem ended his debut album, the Slim Shady LP, with a bang. The production is incredible on this song. Eminem and the Bass Brothers did a fantastic job creating the beat, as it bumps like crazy. It's loud and in your face, which is due to the booming bass and snares. Peaceful melodies are also added to the beat, which oddly works. Eminem's flow is very aggressive, which is due to the subject matter. This song is a continuation of the track Just Don't Give a F. Eminem states that he still doesn't give a f, as he isn't going to change the way he raps. He's proud of who he is, and he doesn't care what anyone thinks. He also likes the fact that he offends people, as it's funny to him. He does all of this by providing an intriguing style, which consists of amazing wordplay and lyricism. This track is perfect in my opinion, as the beat is incredible, along with Eminem's performance.
Calm down now, I was heavy once in the drugs. I could walk around straight for 2 months with a buzz. My brain.
Toby Maguire got bit by a spider. Me must've got bit by a goat. I used to dream as a kid I would grow to be one.
This is another collaborative track Eminem did with artists that matched his style amazingly. Another plus about this song is that it's one of Eminem's newer tracks. The reason I say this is because I don't like his new music. Just as I previously stated, Eminem has an issue with making enjoyable songs, as he constantly tries to prove to the audience that he's a technical rapper. This leads to his flows not sounding appealing, as there's a pretentious nature about it. He tries so hard to present his skill, which leads to him not making enjoyable music in return. Like I said before, I'm not saying this like it's a fact, as it's just my analysis. This track is one of the few examples of Eminem showcasing his skill while also making the song enjoyable. It also helps that the styles of Baby Tron and Big Sean are incredible, as they provide fast flows with great lyricism that consist of them providing metaphors and punchlines. I also like the concept of this track, as it references the actor Tobey Maguire. Tobey Maguire played the fictional character Spider-Man. The relevance of this comes from the fact Tobey Maguire got bit by a spider, which led to him becoming Spider-Man. Baby Tron, Big Sean, and Eminem state that they got bit by a goat, which is the reason why they became GOATs. This concept is pretty unique, and each of them did an incredible job proving why they're the GOATs in their field. Another important thing to note is that they're all from Detroit. Just as I said before, the styles from everyone comes together perfectly on this track, easily making it one of Eminem's best songs.
And anyone else who thinks it'd be wise and easy as pie to beat me and tries can treat me just like poison. Thinking
Just as the previous track on this list, this is another song where the styles of the artists complement each other amazingly. In my opinion, D12 is one of the most underappreciated rap groups in hip-hop, as each artist has the ability to provide a high level of lyricism and their flows are unique as well. This song is a prime example of this, as it's filled with intriguing performances that include D12 providing a high level of aggression to their delivery along with hard-hitting lyrics. The instrumental has a savage upbeat feel to it, which does a fantastic job of complementing the styles of Eminem and D12. The chorus is another amazing thing about this track, as it's very catchy. This is due to Eminem's flow, which includes him mimicking the voice of a child that's teasing another child. This greatly reflects Eminem's lyrics, as he states that he doesn't care if anyone likes what he raps about. The reason this is the case is because he was high on drugs when he wrote his lyrics. This explains the title of this track, as Eminem and D12 are under the influence, which leads to them saying the wildest things in their verses. If you guys didn't already know, I like when rappers say crazy things in their lyrics, and the big reason this is the case is because the world is crazy. In my opinion, this is an example of reality rap, as the world isn't all candy canes and rainbows. Not only is this one of Eminem's best songs, it's also one of D12's best songs, and they definitely have a ton of amazing tracks.
2 pills I pop till my pupils swell up like 2 pennies. I'm Clint Eastwood in his mid-20s, a young ass man. I never would have dreamed in a million years I'd see so many mother people who
This is Eminem's best political track in my opinion. The energy on this song is intense due to the hard-hitting production and Eminem's fiery delivery. Eminem always had the fascinating ability to provide a high level of passion in his music, and this track is no exception. There are multiple layers to this song when it comes to the concept, as Eminem addresses a lot of different topics that revolve around society and his race. Eminem talks about how the media has always looked at rap as something that's not good. The entities that mainly say this is white America, as they believe rap influences their children to do bad things. These particular white people also don't like the fact that Eminem is a proponent of this, mainly due to him being one of their own. Eminem is fully aware of this, which leads to him talking about how he benefits from being white. One of the main things he talks about when it comes to this aspect is his ability to sell a lot of records. Eminem states that if he wasn't white, he wouldn't have sold half as much, which definitely has some truth to it. But although Eminem is aware of his benefits, he's not down with the way that white America thinks, as hip-hop was something that changed his life drastically, not even in a financial sense, but in a sense to the fact that he respects the art form. Hip-hop was also one of the main things that helped him with depression, and he holds it to a high regard. I haven't even touched everything Eminem addressed on this track, which shows you how much he addressed when it comes to the topic of the government in white America. I love his performance on this song, as it's full of energy, and the introspective concept of this track is absolutely incredible. Not only is this Eminem's best political song, but it's one of his best songs in general, as every element is executed amazingly.
White America, I could be one of your kids. White America, Eric looks just. Guess who's back? Back again. Shady's back.
There's a reason why this is one of Eminem's biggest songs. The main reason I think this is the case is because it's incredibly catchy. This is due to the addictive melody of the instrumental, along with it having an upbeat feel to it, which has the ability to make your head nod ferociously. Eminem's flow on this track is another thing that's incredible, as he matches the vibe of the instrumental exceptionally well. His verses are catchy, and the chorus is catchy as well. All of these elements are destined for a song to be a hit, which is exactly what this track was and still is. Not only does Eminem provide catchy vocals, but his lyricism is still on full display, as he showcases a comedic style with entertaining rhymes that reflect his current standing in hip-hop during this time period. Eminem talks about how the game will not be the same without him, as he provides controversy which the media pretends to hate. They know that they love Eminem, which is the reason why he continues to make music. But not only can't the media live without his controversy, he also continues to rap for his fans that truly love and respect his art. This song is synonymous with Eminem, as it's one of the main tracks people play when his name is brought up. I have no issue with this, as it's definitely one of his best songs, as it's highly enjoyable.
I created a monster, cause nobody wants to see Marshall no more. They want Shady, I'm chopped liver. Well, if you want Shady,
Just the two of us. Baby, your dad that loves you. And
and I'ma always be.
This song did an incredible job giving off the dark and eerie feel. Eminem creates a concept that shows the hatred that he has for the mother of his daughter. His baby's mother name is Kim, and his daughter's name is Haley, which was already previously stated. At the start of this track, Eminem puts the deceased body of his girlfriend in the trunk of his car. He also brings Haley along for the trip, and he travels to a lake in order to dispose the body. While on the drive, he has morbid conversations with his daughter. He cloaks the fact that he killed her mother by saying things such as she wasted ketchup on her shirt and that she's sleeping. Also, while he's talking to Haley, we find out the reason he killed Kim. It was because she cheated on him. He doesn't like the idea of Haley having a stepbrother, which drove him to kill her. Eminem also uses Haley to dispose of the body by helping him tie her up and pushing her into a lake. Eminem's performance on this track is amazing. His delivery really immerses you into his psychotic mind. This is mainly due to how he talks to Haley. The calm instrumental makes this track even more sinister, as what's happening isn't calm at all. Eminem then concludes this track by stating that all he needs is his daughter, which explains the title of this track, 97 Bonnie and Clyde. This is an incredible track all around, which is mainly due to Eminem's captivating performance.
Sit back in the chair, honey, quit trying to climb out. I told you it's okay, hey, hey. When the baba.
Alright, stop. Now before you walk in the door of this liquor store and try to get money out the drawer, you better.
Eminem displays his ability to create compelling concepts with this track. The synopsis of this song is Eminem and Dr. Dre playing the role of people's inner thoughts. Eminem is the evil side of their thoughts, and he tries to convince them to do negative things that will result in dire consequences. Dr. Dre is the good side of their thoughts, and he offers positive solutions to their problems. Eminem and Dr. Dre's chemistry is impeccable. Their comedic timing and lyrics are perfection, which makes for an interesting and engaging listening experience. The conclusion to this track is the highlight, as Eminem reminds Dr. Dre that he's not the angel that he portrays himself to be. Eminem brings up the fact that Dr. Dre beats women and was a part of a rap group that portrayed negativity in their music. This is all done when a guy caught his wife cheating. Eminem advises the guy to shoot them both. Just as Dr. Dre takes accountability for the wrongdoings of his past, he realizes that it's all BS, which leads to him agreeing with Eminem and tells the guy to kill his wife and the guy she cheated with. The guy then kills them both. In conclusion, this track is insane, and I love every moment of it.
Mr. Dre, Mr. NWA, Mr. AK, coming straight out of Compton, y'all better make way.
It's funny how this is another track that came from an album that I didn't like from Eminem. Encore is one of his worst albums, due to a multitude of reasons I've discussed in previous videos. Out of all the bad and mediocre songs from this album lies an absolute gem, which is the song Like Toy Soldiers. Not only did Eminem provide an incredible performance, the instrumental is flawless, as it does a phenomenal job giving off an inspirational and depressing feel. Another amazing thing about this track is the chorus, which consists of children singing. This greatly adds to the overall feel of this track, which is that of a hopeful feel. Eminem talks about a very important aspect of him being a rapper, as his actions can possibly lead to turmoil within his camp. He knows that getting in certain rap beefs could lead to people that depend on him getting hurt in the process. This leads to him looking at every situation in order to determine if it's worth getting involved in. This is a very deep topic, and Eminem addresses it with pure emotion, as you can hear the passion and pain in his delivery. His performance is the highlight of this track, as he truly wants the best for the people around him. He continues to fight with himself to get involved in certain situations, as he doesn't want to tolerate any disrespect. All of these elements play into his performance, and it's absolutely incredible.
Heard him say Haley's name on the song and I just lost it. It was crazy, this way beyond some Jay-Z and Nas. Have you ever loved someone so much you giving on for? Not the expression, no, literally.
This has always been one of my favorite Eminem songs due to a multitude of reasons. I still remember when I ordered Eminem's greatest hits album, Curtain Call, from the library, and I had no idea that this gem was gonna be on it. The first time I heard this track, I was completely blown away by Eminem's heartfelt performance. Another incredible thing about this song is the concept, which I believe has double or even triple meanings. Eminem talks about the hardships of always leaving his daughter Haley when it comes to his occupation. Sometimes he feels like he dedicates himself to his work more than he does his daughter. He knows that this affects her, which leads to him talking about various instances when she doesn't want him to go. Eminem then tells his daughter to don't look at him leaving as a bad thing, as he's always going to be there for her through spirit. Another way of looking at this is Eminem highlighting the fact that he may die one day, and he's telling his daughter to remember him, as he will always be there for her. He also tells Haley to rejoice every time she hears his voice, which I believe he's talking about when she hears his music. Another aspect of this song is Eminem coming to the realization that his alter ego Slim Shady is the big reason why he neglects his daughter. Slim Shady is also the reason Haley hates the fact that Eminem talks down to her mother. Eminem explains through his lyrics that Slim Shady represents a dark time in his life where he didn't care about the feelings of himself or the mother of his child. He knows that Slim Shady has to die, and he's going to kill him when he goes on tour. When he leaves Haley to go on tour, she suddenly appears and tells him that he doesn't care about her or his family, as he's always putting his career first. This then leads to Eminem finally killing his alter ego by shooting himself in the head. He then wakes up from the nightmare, and he's now in the presence of his daughter and his family. He apologizes to his girlfriend Kim for all the wrong he's done, and he also hints to the fact that he's going to be there for Haley in the physical form as much as possible. This is how I always interpreted this song, as Eminem has a lot of different meanings within his lyrics. Another thing that I always thought was that Eminem is also talking to his fans, as he states that killing off Slim Shady is a necessary thing for him to do, and he wants them to always remember this part of his life in memory. As I said before, this track holds one of Eminem's greatest introspective concepts, as there are many ways of interpreting his lyrics. Not only does he provide a fascinating concept, but his performance is absolutely incredible, along with a very inspirational production, which has the ability to motivate the listener. This is hands down one of my all-time favorite Eminem songs, as it's perfect in my opinion.
When I'm gone, just carry on, don't mourn, rejoice every time you hear the sound of my...
Dear Slim, I wrote you, but you still ain't calling. I left my cell, my pager, and my home phone at the bottom.
This is another flawless track from Eminem in my opinion, and it's hands down his best track as well. Everything about this song is perfect. The gloomy feel is executed amazingly due to the slow and depressing instrumental, which is combined with infectious singing vocals from the artist Dido. This track actually samples the original song from Dido called Thank You, which was a good creative choice. The style of the original song blends well with this track perfectly. It's like it was meant to be that these two collabed on this track, as the vibe makes perfect sense. This track holds one of Eminem's best performances, as he plays the role of an obsessed fan named Stan. This fan is so obsessed with Eminem that he neglects his responsibilities and takes everything Eminem says to heart. This refers to when he listens to his over-the-top lyrics in his music. Stan constantly writes letters to Eminem in this song in hopes of getting a reply back. The more he writes to Eminem, the more times he doesn't hear from him, the more he gets upset, which eventually leads to him killing himself and his girlfriend. He decides to drive on the freeway drunk, just as Eminem said in one of his songs. He also has his girlfriend in the trunk of his car, which references another Eminem song. As Stan is driving, he's recording his last message to Eminem on a tape recorder, and he tells Eminem that he's the reason he's about to kill himself and his girlfriend. When Eminem plays the role of Stan in this moment, his performance is award-worthy, as the intensity of his delivery is shockingly remarkable. The conclusion of this track is incredible, as it showcases the insane nature of someone jumping to conclusion. All throughout this track, Stan felt that Eminem wasn't responding to him on purpose, but the end of this track consists of Eminem responding to Stan as he writes him a letter. While Eminem is writing the letter to Stan, he soon realizes that the person that thrown himself off the bridge and killed himself and his girlfriend was actually Stan. One of my favorite parts of this song is the moment Eminem realizes this, which leads to him quickly letting out a damn.
Come to think about it, his name was you. Damn.
As I said before, everything about this track is incredible. I also have memories of this song as I heard it in the year 2000. I remember the day it premiered on MTV, and I was instantly shocked by the song along with the visuals of the video. Still till this day, this song gives me goosebumps due to the overall execution of it, which is absolutely incredible. This is easily Eminem's best song, as it has everything a track needs to be perfect.
Please don't go, I want you